You've probably heard the same advice your entire life. Eat less salt, drink more water, exercise regularly. And on paper, that sounds perfect. In fact, it is good advice. But here's the uncomfortable truth that most people never talk about. If this advice alone was enough, then why are millions of people still struggling with high blood pressure? Why do so many people try to follow these rules consistently and still see little to no improvement? Think about that for a moment. You reduce salt, you try to eat better, you avoid junk food, you even make an effort to move more. And still, your numbers don't change the way you expected. That's not just frustrating, that's confusing, because it makes you feel like you're doing everything right and still losing. So what's actually going on? Is it genetics? Is it stress? Or is it something much simpler, something most people completely overlook? Here's the truth. Lowering blood pressure is not just about removing bad foods. It's about adding the right ones. And this is exactly where most people go wrong. They focus so much on what to cut out that they forget to give their body what it actually needs. Because your body is not just reacting to what you remove, it's responding to what you provide. And if you're not giving it the right nutrients, it simply cannot fix the problem effectively. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to fix a weak system without giving it the resources it needs. You remove stress but don't add strength. You avoid damage but don't support recovery. It doesn't work. And that's exactly what happens with most diets. They protect the body but they don't actively improve it. And that's why results stay limited. Now let's simplify the science in a way that actually makes sense. Your blood pressure is controlled by a few key factors. How tight your blood vessels are, how much fluid is circulating in your body, and how easily blood can flow through your system. If your vessels are tight, pressure goes up. If there's excess fluid, pressure goes up. If blood flow is restricted, pressure goes up. It's that simple, and here's the important part. All of this is influenced by specific nutrients. Let's start with potassium. Potassium is one of the most important nutrients for blood pressure, but most people don't get enough of it. And that creates a problem, because potassium helps your body remove excess sodium. When sodium builds up, your body holds onto water, and that increases pressure inside your blood vessels. Potassium helps fix that. It helps flush out sodium, reduce fluid retention, and lower pressure. But that's not all. It also helps your blood vessels relax, which makes circulation smoother. Without enough potassium, your system stays under constant stress. Next is magnesium. Magnesium is like a calming signal for your body. It tells your blood vessels to relax. It helps reduce tension. It supports proper circulation. But when magnesium levels are low, your blood vessels tighten. Your stress response increases, and your blood pressure rises. This is one of the most common hidden issues. People think they're eating healthy, but they are still low in magnesium, and that keeps their system in a tight state. Now let's talk about something even more powerful, nitric oxide. This is where things get really interesting. Nitric oxide is a compound your body produces, and its main job is simple. It tells your blood vessels to expand. When your vessels expand, blood flows more easily, and when blood flows easily, pressure drops. It's one of the fastest ways to improve circulation, and certain foods can directly increase nitric oxide production. This is where food becomes incredibly powerful. Then we have antioxidants. Over time, your blood vessels can become damaged. This damage makes them stiff, and when vessels become stiff, they can't expand properly. That increases pressure. Antioxidants help repair this damage. They reduce inflammation, and they keep your blood vessels flexible and healthy. And finally, natural ACE inhibitors. Some foods actually act like blood pressure medication. They block an enzyme that tightens your blood vessels, which means your vessels stay relaxed and your pressure stays lower. Now that you understand the system, let's talk about foods that actually use these mechanisms. The first one is beetroot. Beetroot is one of the most powerful foods for lowering blood pressure, and the reason is simple. It's rich in nitrates. Your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide, and nitric oxide expands your blood vessels. This improves blood flow, reduces resistance, and lowers pressure. What makes beetroot unique is how quickly it works. Some people notice changes within hours, but the real benefit comes from consistency. When you use it regularly, it supports long-term blood pressure control. And the best part, it's easy to include. You can roast it and add it to salads, blend it into smoothies, drink beetroot juice, or simply add it to your meals. Simple habit, powerful effect. The second food is hibiscus tea. At first it just looks like a regular herbal tea, but inside your body it works in a very specific way. Hibiscus contains compounds that act like natural ACE inhibitors. That means it helps relax your blood vessels, it reduces tension, and it lowers pressure. It also helps your body remove excess fluid, which adds another layer of benefit. Studies have shown that drinking hibiscus tea regularly can significantly reduce blood pressure. And what makes it even better is how easy it is to use. No complicated recipes, no strict routine. Just make a cup once or twice a day and stay consistent. And this is the point where everything starts to shift. Because now you realize something important. It's not about extreme changes. It's not about removing everything you enjoy. It's about adding the right support. Because when you give your body the right tools, it knows how to fix itself. And we're not done yet. Because there are more foods, even more powerful ones, that most people never think about. And those might be exactly what your body has been missing. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Because the next foods we're going to talk about are simple, everyday options. But they contain exactly the nutrients your body needs, and yet most people completely overlook them. Let's start with pumpkin seeds. At first glance, they don't look special. They're small, they're basic, but inside your body, they do something powerful. Pumpkin seeds are packed with magnesium, potassium, and zinc. These are not random nutrients. These are exactly the nutrients your body uses to regulate blood pressure. Magnesium helps relax your blood vessels. Potassium helps balance sodium and reduce fluid pressure. Zinc supports overall vascular health. And together, they create a strong, combined effect. They help your blood vessels relax. They improve blood flow, and they reduce pressure inside your system. And here's what makes this even better. You don't need to overcomplicate anything, just a handful a day. That's it. You can add them to your breakfast, sprinkle them on yogurt, mix them into salads, or eat them as a snack. Simple habit, real results. Now let's talk about something most people don't expect. Seaweed. It might not be part of your regular diet, and that's exactly why it's so powerful. Because it contains nutrients and compounds that most people are not getting. Seaweed is rich in potassium and magnesium, but more importantly, it contains natural ACE inhibiting compounds, which means it helps prevent your blood vessels from tightening. It also contains antioxidants that protect your cardiovascular system. In cultures where seaweed is eaten regularly, blood pressure levels tend to be lower, and heart health is generally better. That's not a coincidence. That's nutrition. And the good news is you don't need large amounts. Even small servings can make a difference. You can add it to soups, use it in wraps, or eat it as a snack. At first, it might feel unfamiliar, but over time, it becomes a powerful addition to your routine. Now let's move to one of the most effective fruits for heart health, pomegranate. This is not just a healthy fruit. It's a functional food, meaning it actively supports your body. Pomegranate is loaded with powerful antioxidants. These antioxidants protect your blood vessels from damage. They improve flexibility, they reduce inflammation, and they support nitric oxide production, which means better circulation and lower blood pressure. Studies have shown that regular consumption of pomegranate can significantly improve blood pressure levels. And the best part, it's easy to include. You can eat the seeds, drink pure juice, add it to meals, or mix it into smoothies. Simple, effective. Now let's go even deeper. There are a few foods that most people don't even think about, but they can make a real difference. First, celery seeds. These act as a natural diuretic. They help your body remove excess fluid. They also help relax your blood vessels, which reduces pressure from multiple angles. Second, amaranth, an ancient grain that's rich in magnesium and fiber. It supports heart health, improves circulation, and helps regulate blood pressure naturally. Third, moringa, a powerful plant that's packed with antioxidants. It also contains compounds that help lower blood pressure and support overall metabolic health. Now take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Why do most diets fail? Because they focus too much on restriction. They tell you what to avoid, but they don't tell you what to include. They ignore nutrient deficiencies. They overlook how the body actually works, and they're often too difficult to maintain. That's why people give up. Not because they are lazy, but because the system doesn't work. But this approach is different. It's not about restriction, it's about support. It's about giving your body what it needs and letting it do what it's designed to do. You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need a perfect diet. You just need to start. Pick one food, just one. Add it to your routine. Stay consistent, and then slowly build from there. Because real change doesn't come from extreme actions. It comes from small habits repeated every single day. And over time, those habits create powerful results. Your blood pressure can improve. Your energy can improve. Your overall health can improve. And it all starts with one simple decision: what you choose to put on your plate. Because sometimes the most powerful solution isn't found in a prescription. It's found in your kitchen. And it's been there all along.